I think it's really important that there's a remnant of old timers that still possess the skills and the knowledge base to be able to make hand forged or handmade items. And to possess that skill and be able to pass that skill on is probably one of the biggest benefits of what I do. And I am Mark Banks, and I'm with Starbrand Knives in Portland, Texas. I've been making knives. The first knife I made, I was probably 10 years old. I made it out of a horseshoe. And off and on throughout my life, I'm 62 years old. I've made knives off and on. I might go spells 10 years where I don't do anything. I've been back at it pretty much full time, knife smithing and blacksmithing for the last 6 years. The knife making part, when I was a kid, was raised on a ranch and a farm, and we had access to a blacksmith shop. I was supposed to be riding the fence one day, and I ended up at the barn where the blacksmith shop was, and ended up, there's a pile of horseshoes there, and I thought, well, I'm gonna make a knife out of that. And just the history behind knives and weapons, whether they were for protection, you know, battle or cooking. The history just goes back as early as man. You know, the first knives were sharp sticks and sharp rocks.
Hi again, this is Mark Banks, Starbrand Knives. This is the forge, outdoor section of it. This is where all the magic starts. This is a Fisher anvil. It was made up in New York, Connecticut on September the 10th of 1890. It's a 100-pound anvil. The tips broke off of it, but it comes in handy for using that right there on different things. All right, this is it's called a post vise, and the brand of it is Indian Chief. This was made about 1894, 1895. Originally it wouldn't have the steel or the cement, but it's a blacksmith or a woodworker's anvil. This is a blacksmith, and the spring for it's down here. If you're working hot steel and you need to hold something, that's what does it for you. All right, this is a hydraulic forging press. Runs off electricity. There's the pump and the holding tank for it. This is your ram. When we're making Damascus, we use this every time with Damascus. There's some of the forge scale that comes off of it as you're forging it. And here's a little quick. All right, this is our forge, and it is a propane ribbon burner forge. It's got a blower on it. It's all forced air. And I made this out of a recycled Freon drum. The burner's up here, the blower comes in over here, and the gas. And that's what we use to get all of our steel hot. There's a little horseshoe I was playing with, made a heart out of it. As far as the crafts and everything that I do, it's, I guess one of the biggest parts of it is being able to share that knowledge that I've learned over the years and continue to learn with people that are new makers, that have never made a box like this, or that have never made a knife or taken steel and gotten it hot. It's a dying craft. Just about any handmade craft is. And it's a big deal whenever you get someone in the shop that shows an interest in what you do. And we start from the very beginning all the way through, and then they get to take a knife that they made home. And hopefully the bug gets in them that, hey, I'm gonna start doing this. I try to take advantage of social media any way I can. I've started a Facebook group 3 years ago. For a long time, I thought I was the only knife maker in South Texas. So I started a Facebook page and got the word out, and I think right now we're up to like 216 members. And we try to have a meeting every month, and we do demonstrations, and we'll put the word out, and hey, is anything anybody wants to learn, anything we need to go over. So it may be a guard fit up or forging a blade or whatever it is, and we'll try to do those demonstrations while we're here
And it's usually a Saturday. We start at 9 and it goes until everybody's learned something and gone home. The whole social media aspect of handcrafting something is amazing. The network of people that you can share things with. So that's a real important part in what we do nowadays. Used to, if you wanted to learn to make a knife, you had to find a blacksmith and go hang out at his shop and do free labor, shoveling coal or horse crap or whatever. But now you can do it all on social media, and maybe a little short drive to somebody's shop and pick up what you want to pick up and learn what you want to learn. But to be able to share that and pass that on, because I know they're going to pass it on to someone else, whether it's their grandkid. They may not do anything with it for years, a young person. But then whenever they grow up and they get married, and it's like, I used to work with this old man. He was kind of grouchy, but he taught me some stuff. And babe, I'm going to make a ring for you, or I'm going to make a knife for you to cut potatoes with. And to know that that's going to be passed on and passed on and passed on is a pretty big deal.